Hello, my name is Alessia Cavazos and I am a library specialist in community and outreach here at UTA Libraries. Thank you for participating in part 3 of this 3-part series on research for an English 1302 course. In this presentation, we will be going over 3 different useful databases. The first step is to know how to access these databases. From our library's homepage, libraries.uta.edu, you will notice the Research tab at the top will give you a pop-down menu if you hover over it. From there, you can click on Databases A through Z as indicated by the orange arrow. The first database we will be accessing is called Academic Search Complete. Now that you have clicked on A to Z databases, you should be led to a page that looks like this. These are all databases that you as a UTA student have access to and are organized alphabetically. Depending on the title of the database, you can click on the first letter of its name to quickly find it. Luckily, Academic Search Complete starts with an A and is one of the first ones listed. Go ahead and click on its link as indicated by the orange arrow. We are now on the Advanced Search page of Academic Search Complete. The first thing you can do is enter your search terms. Here, I will be entering COVID-19 and mental health. After applying my filters, I have found an article that I think will work for me. Just like in the last presentation where we saw how to use the UTA Library search bar, I can click on the hyperlink for the title of the article to see more about the text. On the left, you will notice that you can download the article by clicking on PDF Full Text. On the right, you will see a small yellow sticky note looking icon with the words Cite. This is your citation generator. If you click on it, it will bring up the scroll menu as indicated in the middle of the screen. You can scroll through these options to find your preferred citation style. But for our purposes, you would look for MLA, copy and paste, and then check it against current MLA standards. The second database we will be looking into is CQ Researcher. This database is incredibly helpful in showing you the history and a broad overview of a topic. From the A to Z databases landing page on the UTA Libraries website, we will click on C, as indicated by the orange arrow. And then scroll down through the databases listed until we find CQ Researcher. Then you can click on the link. I have pointed to it with an orange arrow here. Here is the home page for CQ Researcher. As you can see, there is a search bar on the top left, but if you're ever just trying to get an idea for different research topics, you can also click through Browse Topics or Browse Reports. But for our purposes, we will be entering some search terms into the search bar. All I entered into the search bar was COVID. Here, you can see that the search results will highlight your search terms in bold black so that you can see how it's being used in the various articles. The first one interested me since my topic was COVID-19 and mental health. Sometimes when you are researching, you encounter topics that might help you focus your argument or give you a new perspective. In this instance, I hadn't been considering how alcohol abuse could be a side effect of the mental health issues that are arising due to COVID-19. But by making these connections, I can further narrow down my paper and even have an answer to my original question. I went ahead and clicked on that first alcohol abuse article, but wanted to skip to the parts about COVID-19. For any article or web page, you can quickly find your desired keywords by hitting your Control or Command button and the F key. This will bring up a small Find search bar on the top right corner of the page. Here, I have typed in COVID and can now look through the instances where it was mentioned. Reading through these parts of the article has allowed me to make new connections to my argument, and as you can see, I am creating a small map of connections between COVID-19, alcohol abuse, and mental health. Taking notes like this as you read can be incredibly helpful when you are writing your paper or doing your assignments later. Scrolling even further through the article shows this very handy timeline on alcohol abuse. As part of your assignments, you will be responsible for knowing and being able to explain the history of your topic. Finding your topic in this database can be an incredibly helpful way to learn the history of your topic. This can also help you to better create connections between your topics later on in your paper. Being able to explain the history of your topic not only boosts your credibility, but it also is a very common convention in academic writing. If you're working through an article, a good place to start is by reading the section where they explain the history of the topic so that you can get a better understanding of their preceding arguments. If you want to look into where a person has cited their information from, simply click on the little numbers that are listed next to the end of the sentence. These are footnotes and are used in order to cite information without clogging up the writing. If you're reading through an article and you find that you would like to learn more about something that they are referencing, go to their citations or footnotes. Not only is it helpful in teaching you more about your topic, but it may be that the article you were linked to had another source that is exactly what you were looking for. And finally, if you decide that you would like to quote something from these articles or learn something from them that you will be paraphrasing, you will need to cite. At the top of the article, there is a handy-dandy citation button, which looks like quotation marks. Clicking here will give you a pop-up where you can select your citation style and then copy and paste it into your document. Also, take a look at the left side of the page. Under Full Report, there are headings that break up the sections of the article. If you're looking for specific information on your topic, such as pros and cons, this is a great way to skip straight to that information. The last database we will take a look at is Points of View Reference Center. So, if we go back to the A to Z Databases page on the UTA Libraries webpage, we can click on the P as indicated by the orange arrow. After, we will scroll down until we find Points of View Reference Center. Click on this as indicated by the orange arrow. This website is incredibly helpful for understanding the different points of view of an argument. You can scroll through this home page and look at the different topics they have covered by category as shown below, but luckily, since my topic is so new, it's listed right here at the top. You can also use their search bar to see if they have something on your topic. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Coronavirus 2019 link. This is the landing page for this topic. Other topics will look very much the same. I have pointed out with arrows the buttons for full text to PDF and citation, just in case you want to save the article or generate a citation. I have also circled two links to the side, which show point and counterpoint. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the article itself and the header that lists Understanding the Discussion. I have focused on that section here. Something cool about Point of View Reference Center is that each article has a section just like this, where they define the terms that are associated with the topic. This is incredibly important and something that we talk a lot about in the English department. When hitting on difficult subjects and using terms that might be unfamiliar to readers, it's incredibly important to have terms that are defined in your paper. Now, you might not list them out just like this, but if there is a term that you're using in your paper like zoonotic, you might define that for the reader within the paragraph. Additionally, if you're encountering terms you don't know the meaning to in your research, you might see if you can find your topic in Points of View Reference Center so that you can refer to these defined terms, or learn other terms that are associated with your topic in order to expand your research search terms. Defining your terms is something that you should carry with you into all of your research paper and all of your courses. It helps add clarity to your argument. The last thing we will take a look at is the point and counterpoint links on the main page of the topic. I have copied both of those pages here and I'm setting them side by side for you to see. I suggest that you do something similar. At the top of the page, you'll see that there are links to citation and to PDF full text. So if you quote something specifically from these pages, you can get a dedicated citation to these pages. Reading through these sections is critical in helping you understand both sides of the argument. Not only is this required for your assignment, it might help you understand how your part of the argument can be used differently than you once thought. For example, isolation and quarantine are important aspects in containing the spread of the virus. This is listed as a point. The counterpoint listed is that these strategies have high social costs, one of them being the negative effects on mental health. While my argument might not have been that we shouldn't quarantine because of the negative mental health effects, reading through these articles helped me understand that naysayers will use that as a counterpoint and will help me better defend my side of the argument. So, definitely take time to comb through these sections on the page. Thank you so much for participating in this workshop on research for a 1302 English class. These sources and databases can be incredibly helpful in helping you complete your assignments and teaching you how to formulate your paper. If you have further questions, always feel free to reach out to me or your subject librarian. We are here to help. Good luck on your assignments!